Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pre-Market Live Show. Today is Monday, December 1st. We're in December already, and here we go. The market's red. I changed the color on the background, a little bit of red for you guys. And let's get rolling. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And let's look at that heat map. It is red. That's why our red little light back there. And there you go. That's our heat map looking pretty red right there as well. To start the month of December, we need to throw a little green in there to have a little Christmas colors, but there's your SPY. It's down almost $4 this morning. Your Qs are down over $4.56 right there. And your IWM is also down pretty good. So there you go with your indices. Indices. I can't even talk. Indices are pulling back right there. So, and crypto took a big dip down yesterday. Bitcoin's still back at 86. Let's just go through that, and then we'll go through our Jolie's jumpers. We were looking at crypto last night. Look at it. Took a nice dip. It's trying to base there and roll back up. So I don't know what that dip was all about, to be completely honest with you, but it is pulling back a little bit. There is Ethereum here, Solana right here, and they are just kind of getting set back up, I would say, as they ran up, pulled back to that bottom. I don't know why they did that, but they certainly did. And there's Ripple right there with that pullback. So they're trying to bounce back up a little bit this morning. Here's Cardano. That one doesn't look like it's still bouncing. It's still in the basement right there. And Stellar right here isn't looking that stellar at the moment either. So they still have some pullback after that dip yesterday, and optimism's not so optimistic today right there, hitting the bottom. So we will be keeping an eye on crypto and everything right there. You can see Bitcoin getting down to that bottom area and should roll off the MACD. I don't see why they would cross through. If they cross through, they're definitely not running in the month of December. Let's put it that way. So there you go with that. And let's go ahead and look at our Jolie's jumpers and see what's going on and what's jumping up this morning. ABVE above food ingredients was running up on Friday, a little run up this morning right there, and DRCT. And that did spike. Look at that. Direct Digital Holdings right there looking pretty good. Good morning, Luis Rodriguez. Markets are flat. And yes, they are. They are just kind of hanging out on this December 1st. IVF is running Friday and just a little pop around this morning. Actually, it looks like it started out up and came down this morning. And then that IVP is Inspire Veterinarian one. Partners, and that's actually not looking too bad this morning. So there you go. It was running up right there. So there is IVP trying to get set up, and NFE right here. And that thing looks really good. New Fortress Energy. You might want to keep an eye on NFE. That could continue to run up. And RPGL is a new one that looks like it's trying to spike up. Republic Power Group. Not sure what that is, but it's a newer one running up there. SGBX. That one is, hold on, SGBX is that Safe and Green Holdings. Couldn't think of the name of it. And there you go. And that's actually getting set back up to roll right off that MACD. That looks pretty good right there. And VMAR right here is spiking up Friday. Ran around today, 149 down to 129. It's at 130. So it just kind of started up and then came down. So not a whole lot of action. But V right here, remember we talked about this one last night? This Twin V Power Cats one. 268 to 305. It's at 257 right now. So it was running around. And VC right here, VSEE. And that one, that's getting set up. Check that one out. Let me jot that down, VSEE for today. And we were looking at WeBuy, right? I think we had that on our list last night. And it did spike up some this morning, 218 to 267. It's at 209 right now. So there you go at WeBuy, Luis Rodriguez and DRCT. And yeah, that one looking pretty good. Ran up right there, curled through. Could get up to that 50. So there you go with your Jolie's jumpers. Thank you very much. Asian Jolie, and let's see what the rest of this market looks like besides a little bit red. That's for sure. So here we go. There's your heat map right there, and it is pretty red this morning. So things are a little bit down. Let's go through our SPY Mag 7 big caps and all them guys real quick, see what's going on. And if you guys want to look at anything, but there's not a whole lot happening this morning, I can tell you that right now. And let's see what these big guys are doing. So we looked at our SPY. It was down almost $4. It's down $3.92, and your Qs were down 460 now. So there's continuing to dip down. Let's just look at the minutes and see what it was doing. and it's just opened up down, and it looks like it's pulling back here. So that's what they look like in IWM. That also looks like it's pulling back right there. So there you go. And let's see what Apple's doing this morning. That's pulling back right now. I'd assume that they're all kind of pulling back right now. Amazon also having a little pullback, trying to cross through, but not. It's hitting the MACD right now and not getting through exactly today. Let's just say that. I don't know if they're going to really dip hard. And Google coming out of the top right there. Look at that. So that could dip down if it comes out of the top. It looked like it wanted to bounce back up in there, and there's Meta taking a big dip after its run up. It looked good to continue until this morning, and Microsoft down $3 also. So there you go with that. And Nvidia is also down. So there you are, Nvidia pulling back a little bit more, and that'll get set back up. And like I said, that one's getting set up to really run there. We'll see how much it pulls back, and then we'll find that bottom right there for Nvidia to get rolling. And Tesla right here is also down like $5.57. And there you go. And what's it hitting? The 20 right there? Is it over? It's over to 20. It's sitting on it right there for Tesla. We'll have to see what that wants to do today. You can see it's just sitting right on that 20 right there. So we'll see if it might just jump in this little channel right there. So there you go with your Mag 7. And let's look at our other ones real quick. AMC right here. And that one is not looking too bad right there after the run up. Just a little healthy pullback, I would say. And GameStop, a little bit of pullback right there this morning. And that doesn't even look too bad either. So GME, look at that. That actually looks like a healthy pullback, like it wants to roll. I don't mind. I have options in it, so that'll be good. And that's your GameStop and Chewy right here, just kind of flat hitting resistance. We'll have to see how that opens up. And Unity trying to run up. That's not looking too bad right there for the letter U. And Netflix, we were saying, keep an eye on this. Watch for another dip opportunity right there. It's definitely a good opportunity as Netflix had split, and it's around $100. And AVGO, a little bit of pullback onto that trend line, but that's not looking bad either. And these could get turned around relatively quick. MU dipping back down to the 20, and it had been crawling up right there, and it is pulling back. So there you go with MU. And let's see what TSM is doing, because they were looking pretty good, and that's pulled back right there. So we are seeing some good pullback this morning, that's for sure. SMCI, a little healthy pullback, nothing crazy. That one's getting set up. And AMD had been getting set up, and that one pulled back. And your 20s are coming down and not letting these crawl up at the moment anyway. It could all change and turn around relatively quick with any kind of tweet or news or anything. You guys know that. QCOM right here pulling back, and they were I thought they'd at least crawl up a little bit more to the MACD, but they're definitely not doing it today. That's for sure. There's snow hitting the 50, and there you go with the snow coming down a little bit, and it looks like snow's coming down throughout a lot of the country right now. And I think Luis Rodriguez, we're going to get like a big rainstorm tomorrow, but next week they're talking about snow already or something. So kind of crazy talking about snow. It's December 1st, everybody. So here we go with wintertime. PayPal pulling back a little bit right there. And Intel is pulling back. That actually looked great on Friday, and that was ripping right there. Intel and Dell as well pulling back. So you are seeing this little pullback this morning. The market is a little red, and IBM right here also a little pullback, and that's what you heard. So possible snow in the morning. Yeah, we might get a little tomorrow morning, but next week they're talking about another storm, I think, coming in. I don't even know, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that. But yeah, I know a lot of people in the middle of the country just got hit with snow. The college football games all had snow Saturday night. It was pretty cool. Not all of them, but a couple of them on TV had some snow games. They were playing in the snow, and it did move right up the northeast right there. So it was it's just above us. I think we're getting a major rain tomorrow. I think another big storm rolling through. So yeah, a couple good storms coming through our area and the rest of the country as well. So Palantir right here getting hit by a storm, and it's down a little bit, and Sophie down a little as well. So the market's pulling back, and everything is down this morning. That's for sure. You can see a Riot Mara right there. Oh, Marin and Riot, I mean, and that they are both getting rejected on that 20. They look great on Friday, but not so good this morning. And let's see what Clean Spark's doing if we can get to it right there. And that's down almost $1 after it popped up on them great earnings as well. And MicroStrategy or Strategy really dipping down there, struggling right now with Bitcoin getting hammered. And it was trying to get rolling and just not ready. And Hood right here also just kind of down. Coinbase right there, that's also pulled back, and Bull is down a little bit, 2.5% right there. It's still over 9, so we'll get that one ripping again. And Space right here, a little bit of pullback, and that one does not look bad right there, to be honest with you. A little healthy pullback. Boeing's still going up, looking pretty good for today. You can keep an eye on Boeing right there. BADJT is right there, and that's also pulling back. It's out of the basement, but just kind of pulling back a little. Nike down some, and your Lulu is down a little bit right there. Had recently just run up pretty good. And let's see what our McDonald's is doing. MCD this morning. Anyone stopping for McDonald's breakfast? I haven't had one of them. You know, when I get McDonald's breakfast, and I haven't been able to do this in a few years, I'd ride up to Blue Mountain in the Poconos and do some snowboarding early in the morning. And I always get a Egg McMuffin. There's a McDonald's right there by the mountain. So like right when I'm getting off the one exit. And so that's about the only time I eat McDonald's, guys. I haven't done that in a while. So there you go, McDonald's. I don't like McDonald's too much, but the chart doesn't look that great either at the moment, as everything's pulling back right there. And Disney right here, let's see, it's rolling up. Luis Rodriguez looking pretty good. I don't know if it'll get through that MACD with the rest of the market right now, but it's actually curling up like they should. So there you go with your Disney. And let's see, it could pull back for sure. Like I said, I don't know if it's getting through, but it is running up there. Has that look like it doesn't know what it wants to do, but it's a pretty good curl up. So if the market turns green, you know Disney's going. Oxy right here, not looking too bad. ExxonMobil, it's just sitting on that trend line. And DXYZ right here has that little pullback. It was trying to run up. It looks a little healthy right there as it's crossing through, and it is trying to cruise back up, but the 20s are coming down. Like I said, I think your 20s have to come down to meet these guys and pick them up and get them running again. So that is what the market looks like. And IVVD still looking good right here. Let's see what that's up to. And that's still up, and that's still, oh yeah, look at that bad boy. It still looks like it wants to crawl off that off the MACD right there and get ripping. So we'll be watching that. MBA holding strong. That was running up last week. I know that. MBOT. And yeah, it is holding strong at the 50 right there, trying to push through. We'll see if it can today, but it is holding pretty strong. Microbot Medical right there. So there we go. And let's see, we'll be alive during Powell's monetary policy speech to Congress tonight at 8 p.m. We'll be live. Luis Rodriguez was saying, and we'll be alive, I hope, as well, Luis Rodriguez. You're right. I hope we are alive during that speech this evening at 8 p.m. So that would definitely be good if we're all alive and we're on live. So he does have a speech, so we'll be updating that this evening. That'll be interesting, huh? We don't get to do that very often. They don't speak at 8 p.m. for power anybody. So interesting right there. mRNA. Let's see what's going on right here. mRNA. And that is Moderna. And it's a little bit of hitting the resistance a little bit. There's laptop travel. Good morning. Pfizer down a little bit right there as well. MT. What the heck did I even write? MT. What did I write? MIDR. I don't even know what I wrote right there. I wrote one down to look at today, and I have no idea what the heck it even says. I know GALT we were going to look at for Joseph Levy right here, and that does look like it could be pulling back, and the rest of the market is, so I wouldn't be surprised. It had that pullback look yesterday right there last night anyway, and a sucky market. Yup, Fed biannual address is this evening at 8 p.m. So when we're hopping on, guys, we'll have the Fed hopping on. That'll be a fun one right there. Maybe we'll have to pay attention to the Fed and see what they're talking about instead of the live updates for the sports. Well, Monday Night Football's on, the Fed's on. Oh, it's going to be a fun party night tonight, guys. Let's see what's going to happen. Maybe the Fed will say something good, but looking at this market right here, it's a little bit red there. Laptop travel, not a whole lot going on this morning. Let's look at our news stories and see what's happening over here. What's this say? Chanos warns of debt risks tied to NVIDIA AI chips, and stock futures fall to kick off December with tech stocks, Bitcoin declining. Follow the leader. New research finds these politicians are the savviest stock pickers. Oh, yeah, you're not kidding. And Bitcoin drops 5% below $90,000. So there you go. Bearish factors rack up and stocks drop. Bitcoin slides and a weak December start. It is weak right there. And we are watching for that C1 that drops some news of an acquisition right here. And it is just sitting there flat, but it looks like that one wants to get in the top. Keep an eye on C1 right there. That one looks really good. Here's our Fed decision. We're at 89%, 0.25 decrease right there. And like I had said before the government shutdown ever happened, I said it would be straight 0.25s across the board, rate cuts, rate cut, rate cut. And that's exactly what you saw. Even back here, I said, wow, that just blew my mind when these things went crazy and started crisscrossing the other day. And I still thought that was, like I said, that was really crazy. And I still thought we were going to see that 0.25. And here we are. And that would have been great right there to bet on the 0.25 when there was no change at 76%, and your 0.25 was at 22% right there on that big dip, and then it just went cruising. So that would have been a good one to pick right there, I would say. And let's see what else is going on. Let's see if we can grab some. Oh, I'm typing in grab in the poly market, and let's type it in over here so we can actually see what the stock chart looks like. Here's your grab right here, hitting the MACD. And let's see what it looks like right there. It's hitting that 20, hitting the MACD, trying to cross right through. We'll see what that looks like. And yeah, buy any dips. The Viking right there, VKTX. Let's see what that's up to this morning. And that is just, oh, that one's setting up really good too, the Viking. I got to put that on my setup list right here. I have so many that are setting up so beautiful. You couldn't possibly pick them all, but now it's trying to get the best ones sorted out to see what we want to play. And Lightbridge right here, LTBR, that does look pretty good. Luis Rodriguez right there, LTBR looking pretty good after that dip, curling up, looking nice, hitting the MACD. It does have some resistance up here, obviously, like your 17 area, 1750s, and your 20 coming down, but that'll get set up and cruising right there. So there you go with that. OMDS down a little bit. Galaxy's probably down, and it certainly is with Bitcoin way down this morning. Excuse me. And let's see what else is going on right here. I'm sure ABTC, these guys are probably pulling back. BMNR, I'm sure that's pulling back. That's way down this morning, right back to that support line. Wow, that took a nice dip right there. Let's see, SBET, I'm sure all these guys are pulling back pretty good. And UPXI, just when they were starting to get rolling right there, you see this big pullback. And let's see, TONX, that one's also pulling back, and FGNX right there. And that's just kind of hanging out. That one's been looking really strong, honestly. That one's been pretty wild. And Plug right here. There you go. A Plug looking pretty good, trying to get set up. And we'll see if that can get crossed through. Elf right there is pulling back this morning as well. And let's see, MBRX. Let's see what that one was doing. That's got a split right here. Watch for these splits today, too. That one right there, NIVF. This one was going to split, I believe, right there. There you go. Now they have them on there. They didn't have the S's. And Wheeler yesterday, they didn't, and now Wheeler does. So keep your eye on that. And another one that's splitting is KXIN right here, China Auto Dealership one. And they all look set up there. So keep your eyes on them as they're splitting right there. They could be great opportunities as well. And what else is going on? IMRX, this one seems to be looking pretty good. It's just a little flat even in this market. And Kodak just kind of hanging out. Nuclear right here. not looking bad. Like I said, that thing's been looking pretty good right there. That's for sure. And your ASTS down a little bit this morning, so everything pulled back a little bit. And LLY, that one is pulling back. There you go. It's still in the top though, so be careful. CBRL, a little bit of pullback, and Chipotle pulling back a hair. So that is what your market looks like at this morning right here. And let's see what your HOUS looks like. Laptop travel just a little bit flat right there. Lowe's right here down a little bit. Home Depot, and that's a little bit of pullback. That Lowe's looks really good though, I must say. That's getting set up, so watch for any dip opportunities right there. MT, what the hell does this say? DR? Is that it? That must be it. MTDR right here. Couldn't read my handwriting. And that is just kind of hanging out, not looking bad right there. So you keep an eye on that one. And let's see if your light was still running up. LITE. Is it still bright? Nope, it's down a little bit right there. IVF wasn't looking too bad this morning, and that did recently split. And there you go, a little run up for you this morning there. And let's see what Circle's doing. It's got to be pulling back with the rest of the market, I'm sure. And your Sterling, this one's pulling back with the rest of the market too. It was looking pretty good. We were going to look at that this morning to see if it wanted to run USAR and your critical metal, or your what is it, CRML right here, critical metals. And they are just kind of pulling back, but they're definitely getting set up right there. You were talking about FRSH Freshworks. That thing looks like it's getting ready to run. Keep your eye on that one today. FISV right there, not looking too bad, but pulling back. Hertz right here, pulling back as well. And there you go. That's what we were looking at. And WeBuy was running up this morning, and we were talking about that one. KWM right here, a little bit of healthy pullback as well. So there you go with the market. And let's see, our crypto had been red right there. It looked red. Well, it's down. It's at 85. So it definitely dipped down. It was at what, 86? I think last night it got down. Let's see. What did Bitcoin even get down to this morning? I forget. 85 something, 85. So right around here it's pretty much its low right there. And it looks like it could be dipping down a little bit more to try to roll off that MACD, but maybe it just makes a base after that really nice pullback yesterday, and it tries to stair step its way up. You can see the 20s are coming down. Ethereum right there, and they could get ripping right back up immediately. We know that. Maybe not today, but this by tomorrow they could be running with no problem. QTTB right there was running up pretty strong, that DRCT, and we were talking about that. And there's your NFE, New Fortress Energy right there. So there's a couple good ones that were spiking up. IVF, we were looking at that one. And there you go, everybody. I would say that's a good pre-market review right there to start off our December. Just a little red. We need some green mix in there to give us a little holiday cheer and color. And it just a little red is not working. I'd rather see a lot of green and a couple little red spots over maybe around here and, in the utilities or something like that. And then that would be pretty good. And that'll give us the Christmas holiday cheer spirit right there. So anyway, welcome to December. It is a red market start, and we'll see what's going on as the market opens. I'll be on in the Discord with Ben. Ben will be on and doing the morning show. I posted the night note in the Discord. Ben posted the morning note, and everything else is going on. I had said watch for gold and silver today, so keep an eye on that. J-Nug up right there. Nug right here running up some more. Your silver's running up as well, so keep an eye on them bad boys because they were looking pretty good right there. And your REMX is pulling back a little bit right there, Luis Rodriguez, so we'll keep an eye on that to get set up. And there you go. That's what's going on in our market this morning. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. We'll keep you guys posted in the Discord, of course. And that is what we're looking at this morning. A little bit of a red heat map right there. We'll see if it can get changed around at all this morning and what's going on. So be sure to follow along on X, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. And like the show on your way out. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And we do have Pal speaking tonight. As a matter of fact, I don't know what other things are coming out here as the the financials and things like that were pushed back with the government shutdown. So I don't know what the heck they even have coming out and which day. It's all kinds of confusing. But Powell will be speaking tonight at 8 p.m. when we're hopping on. So that'll be interesting. We can keep track of that. We'll be talking about that today. And it is a little bit red right there. Going into our December 1st. So you enjoyed December 1st. Hopefully, we get some green going on in the market and we'll see things turn around. I have a feeling we will, but let's keep an eye on things this morning with crypto falling down. Remember, we were talking about that last night. That right around like 7:15 area, Bitcoin and crypto just started dipping down hard. And we were saying we were wondering if it would drag the market with it, and I would say it certainly did right there. So there you go, everybody. I would say that that's what our market looks like, and it just looked like this at like 7:15. It did this. Did one of these guys. You're like, what is crypto doing? Forgot about our fun little sound clips right there. But yeah, it definitely took a nosedive last night, right before we hopped on the air, and it brought the market with it. So there you go, everybody. That's what it looks like this morning, and we'll see what it looks like as we open up around 9:30. So I'll keep you guys posted in the Discord. And that's what we have. So be sure to trade smart and lock in those profits today. And goodbye, good luck, see you later, and have a great day, everybody.